Yo. I'm here with 2023 Promoter of the Year. You're gonna enjoy yourself at his parties. Goddamn, you should be in the Hall of Fame or promotion, and he ain't been having a hell of a run. TEEZY, man, what's going on with you?
What's good with it, brother? You good?
Yes, sir, I'm good, man.
Yes,
man. Happy to have you here, man.
Hey, I appreciate the invitation, bro.
For sure. So let's just start it off with we know you from Orlando, so where you from? Where you from in the city? What neighborhood?
Hey, man, I'm from Richmond Heights.
Richmond Heights.
I graduated. I went to Richmond Heights Elementary, Lee Middle, Carver Middle. Graduate of Evans High School, UCF graduate. So I'm Orlando through and through. So, you know what I'm saying, to the core.
I thought you had graduated from Jones, because I remember when I came to Jones in 9th grade, and I know you was there.
Nah, never was at Jones. My son.
You wasn't at Jones?
Never went to Jones. I went to Edgewater one year. I went to Edgewater my sophomore year, but freshman, junior, and senior year Evans, class 07.
I always thought you went, for some reason, I thought you went to Jones.
I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side. Like I said, my son go to Jones right now. You know, he hoop for Jones. I got all the love and respect for Jones.
I know that.
A lot of my closest friends went to Jones, but I'm E-High Trojan.
Damn, for some reason. Okay, so you just fucked me up.
Yeah,
because I could have sworn you went to Jones.
No, I'm a Trojan through and through. Listen, I'm still wearing my Letterman's jacket. I'm still wearing my E-High shirts. It's still in me, forever.
Damn, see?
Yeah.
Damn, you fucked me up. Okay, so you said you went to UCF? That where you graduated from?
Graduated UCF class of 2012.
Okay, so what you studied at UCF?
Marketing. Got my business BS in marketing.
Marketing.
BS in marketing.
So I see you was in a frat.
Yeah, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
What is it called?
Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, so
the first.
What made you get into like the frat?
It's crazy with the frat. So my story a little different. My family, I don't really have nobody that was Greek or in any organization. My parents, both sides of the family, everybody went military. So, like when nobody really went to college. Everybody graduated high school, went into the military. The majority of my family went to the Navy. My dad was in the Navy. Matter of fact, when I was born in North Carolina because he was on the Navy base. Right. I was born in North Carolina, and they brought me back down to Orlando because that's where he was stationed at the moment. But like I said, I didn't have no type of Greek influence, so I never thought about it outside of what I seen on TV. But it still wasn't like in front of me, so it was never really like a real thing to me. Like it didn't matter to me. I couldn't tell you the difference between this frat and that frat, or this sorority and that sorority. But once I graduated high school, I went to Valencia first. I did 2 years at Valencia, but when I went to Valencia, I was in the Bridges program. The guy that was over the Bridges program, John Stober, he's one of the charter members of the chapter, the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated chapter out at UCF, Ziota. He's one of the charter members. So he was like a mentor for me. Him and Dr. I can't remember that name, but Stover was very instrumental in my success over at Valencia. So when I seen him and I kind of watching him move, and he used to talk about the frat and stuff, it piqued my interest a little bit. And now that I'm at a community college and people are starting to talk about more Greek things and stuff, because everybody who was at the 2-year college, they're going to go to a university eventually. Right. So, that's why I started peeping it out. And one of my close friends at the time, he was talking about it a lot. So then I just started doing my research, and just pretty much went through the different channels, looking at the different frats, aligned with what the aims and the mission statement and everything that went behind the organization, their reasoning for being established. How does that align with what I'm doing and what I want to do? And as I really set it out and really like measured it up, it came out to, be Alpha Phi Alpha what fit me, and that's what I end up pledging.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with you being in Orlando, you graduating from Evans. I know you say you went to Valencia. I went to Valencia too, but my shit lasted like 2 months, and I was done. Hell nah. But why you want to stay in Orlando though? Like, and just go to UCF from Valencia?
And my son, it's crazy because when I was my son, he was on the way when I was in high school, my senior year. So originally I was supposed to went to Clark, Atlanta,
Okay.
My number one choice for college was Clark Atlanta. I was doing all the things necessary to go ahead and get admitted and apply for admission over there my junior year. So coming into my senior year, me and the guidance counselor were very close. So she was really like walking me step by step because I was looking at Clark was my number one, FAMU was my number two, USF was my number three, UCF was my number four on my list. Then out of nowhere, boom, baby on the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
switched up the whole plan.
Oh shit! Like, all right. I talked to my parents. My parents were very supportive. They wasn't. They never condemned me or like made it a bad thing. My daddy just, my dad just like, hey, look, you know what you got to do though. You just advanced your life though now. So now you can't take it step by step as like being a child. You done made a man decision. Now you got to live in it.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, I definitely can't go to Clark. That's out of state. FAMU, that's too far away. So I sit down with the guidance counselor. I'm still trying to look at UCF, USF possibly. And then the guidance counselor was like, nah, I'm going to tell you the best route to go. She was like, it's a Bridges program. It's like a 2+2, she said. We call it the 2+2. Take the Bridges program. You'll get a full ride through Valencia. And then when you do the 2 years there, as long as you do all the requirements while you're there and keep your grades up, once you graduate, you can get a 2-year scholarship to finish off your bachelor's at any Florida university. So I'm like, okay, that'll be UCF for me, you know what I'm saying, because my son gonna be born. So that's how that happened. I was kind of like, just had to make the decision of being like a full-time daddy. Like I couldn't play around. I know what my daddy and my mama did for me. They've been together 36 years. 37 years. Damn. You know what I'm saying? 37 years, 38 years in June this year. So I grew up in a household with both. So it's like, it wasn't never that like, okay, you're in a household with mama and daddy away, but daddy can come send you money or daddy can pop up and get you on the weekends. No, I walked in the house and slept in the house with my mom and daddy every single night. So I'm on that type of time where I'm like, I got to be here with my son. So we made it happen.
Yeah. That make a lot of sense. Definitely for staying home.
Yeah, so
having that 2-parent household.
yeah. So I got to be here. Like there's no way I'm not gonna be here. And then I ain't wanna, you can't make that decision. Well, once me and his mom, because we were together until he was like 1.5, and then we broke up. And mind you, I was still at Valencia at the time. Mm-hmm. And then I graduated shortly, a couple months after me and her had split. If I was a goofy or whatever, I could have been like, all right, let me take this and go out to USF still or go to FAM or whatever and do my last 2 years or whatever. But I was like, nah, I got to be here with Jit, you know what I'm saying? So I stayed down and stayed here with him.
So I'm still messed up from the Jones, cause I thought I was you at the Jones. But what class you graduated from Evans?
2007.
2007?
Yep.
Okay, so you was 2 years before me.
Yeah.
So I don't really know a lot of people that went to UCF. Mm-hmm. So you hear a lot of crazy college stories and whatnot. What was your college experience at UCF?
It's crazy, man. My college experience is kind of like, it's non-traditional. I was full-time the whole time, so I was on campus 3-4 days a week on a regular basis. But mine was so different because my son was my shadow at that point. So like, there was a lot of times where I would be in the library studying, or we got BA1 and BA2. That's the business buildings when I was out there. So I'm in BA1 or BA2 and one of the little rooms or whatever, studying or doing whatnot, Jit on my hip. So, I'm like all the other college students going around doing what they doing. I'm locking in. We got finals or whatever. I got this big test coming up. So now I got him with me. So I might be in the book. So I got him in the coloring book next to me type situation. And I'm also in the business fraternity, Alpha Kappa Psi. So when I did my business fraternity, they, like my pledge brothers, which is what we call my pledge brothers, all of them was around me, and he was with me the whole time too. So like, I'm the one in the group with a kid. So now, like, sometimes I might be on campus and I might need to do this. Hey, such and such, come get them for me for a second. So I'm on campus like full daddy mode, but at the same time, I'm getting the college experience because all the same college things are happening around me. But my son literally is on UCF campus like every week on a regular basis, just because he rolling with me, because I got to go do what I got to do. He got to come with me We got to make this happen. However, we got to make it happen.
Is that normal though? Like,
Nah,
like seeing other kids on campus,
it
like
it's not.
is that normal?
It's not. Now what you will see, there is a lot. Like UCF big as hell. At the time, we was the second largest university in the nation with enrollment. So UCF is huge. I think we number 1 and number 2 still when it comes to enrollment. When you're there during the day,
in the whole nation,
in the whole nation, whole United States. I think at the time, the only university that was bigger was Arizona State or either Ohio State. I know we was 1, 2, and 3 up, them 3 universities when it came to enrollment. So I know we had like 60,000 plus students. When you're out there during the daytime, you'll see the traditional average college student, your 19, 20-year-olds, early 20-year-olds, moving around, just doing the normal, what you would expect college students to be doing. But if you're out there in the evening time, that's when you see the more non-traditional. I'm already working in my career, but I'm coming back from my master's, so they doing 1 or 2 classes, or they do night classes or whatever. So it looks a little different. So you see that, but like I say, for me, when everybody was able to go hit of course I would go to some of the college parties and all that different stuff, but I couldn't live in a dorm. You get what I'm saying? I just stayed in the crib. I still stayed on this side of town. I used to drive over to UCF to go to class. I never moved that way. I never went and stayed in no dorm, no college apartments out there. I stayed on this side. I had a house that I was staying in, and we just stayed over here. And then me and Jitta get up. If it was a day I ain't had nobody to watch them, all right, you coming with me. You know what I'm saying?
And attend classes and all that, or
no, I went like another day when I take him in class. Nah, he wouldn't ever come but days where I got to study. You might have class. I might have like a Tuesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I might have my Tuesday, Thursday class. I stack all my classes on Tuesday and Thursday. So Wednesday might be a study day. So like a study day, he'll come out there with me. There's times I had class where he came out there with me, and I might have one of my people who I already knew was gonna be there might take him for me for that hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, and I get him back once I came out of class. But I never took him in there with me.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, but it was a grind though. But that's why I appreciate. Like I tell him all the time, like you kind of seen it. Like me and him have these talks. Like I know you remember. Like it's a picture I got painted of me and him. Is in his room above his bed. It's a picture of me and him. And we was at UCF on that picture. Somebody had took that picture, and I had kept it. Back when you had the throwaway camera, boom, we'll get it developed. I kept that picture. Yeah. So, the Fuji film. You know what I'm saying?
So you graduated 07 when he was born.
I was born 89.
No, I'm saying when he was born.
Oh, boy, he was born 07.
Oh shit! So same year. So what?
Yeah.
You graduated 18 or 17?
I graduated 18. I was
Damn.
I graduated in May, and he's born June 7th. So he was born like 2 weeks after I graduated.
So was it everything you expected? Was you ready for it? Was you ready for it? Because I had mine at 20.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was ready, but shit, I was 20. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was
2.5 years removed from school.
To be honest with you, the best part about it, I knew I wasn't necessarily ready, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing that made me feel great about the situation and I ain't get down on myself was because my support system. My parents was like, I told you, when I first had to tell my pops and my mama, like, I told my mama first, and I told her to get my daddy the phone or whatever. He got on the phone, I told him, and it was never like no big backlash. It was a heart-to-heart talk about understanding what's going on. And once we got past that, it came with planning for him. And then once he came, they really was like, like, hey, look, I still got to do my school stuff. Like, I got to go through college. I got to do all this. Like, now I'm more motivated. I already had my mind locked in on going to college, but that bitch had motivated me more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, you got to lock in, Jit. You really got to get through this. I can't take no breaks. You know how some people that start, go back. They might start it when they got out of high school. They might not got their bachelor's till they turned 30 because they were just kind of jumping back and forth. I'm talking about I had days where I had to leave certain jobs because they couldn't work around my schedule because I couldn't even even though I had to give up what was happening right then, I remember when I was at UCF, it was about a 2-month span. I had a hard ass semester. I'm talking about these classes. The class I'm taking, they own me. Like, they ain't one of the ones you can cruise through. You got some of them you can cruise through, then them other ones you got to lock in and really get to it, or you gonna be wasting your money. So, dog, I couldn't work a job because of how things was set up, And then what I used to do, bro, I used to literally, me and my homeboy, no lie, we used to go to went and drive at the auction. On the day I ain't got school,
Right.
like, and I'm going to the auction, go do the little that shit called pay setter, whatever, the little labor ready company. Go there, had them signed up with them. So when I got school, I go there, hit the auction. I think it was like Mondays, it was like Monday mornings, and then like one other day out the week in the evening time. I go do that, bro. I might make me like $70, $80.
That's when you
shit.
like, cause I've been to the auction before to buy cars, but that's when the person that just drive the
Yeah,
car,
yeah. So
you know
one
what I'm saying,
day,
just cruise through and shit like that.
The evening day during the week was like kind of moving cars around and setting up.
Okay.
And the morning was when you come and drive through the little drive and, you know, all the builders there and they bidding and all that good stuff. But I had to throw my pride out the window, bro. I remember I tell my homeboy, like, bro, remember, nigga, my cell phone was off. I had a Metro. I couldn't even pay the Metro at the time. But at
Like
the same
$50.
time, but at the same time, that was the sacrifice I had to make because I knew I had to leave the job, because if I ain't leave the job, well, I had to stop school. Hell no, I ain't stopping because I ain't got time to wait.
Yeah.
I got to get into a career. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I locked in and went straight through it. Like I said, it wasn't no time to be like, no, I'm not going, I can't do this right now because I need to make this money. I had the support system. I just had to sacrifice some shit. Like, I had to sacrifice that cell phone. Like, bro, I had to pay my car insurance. My little car I had to pay it off. I had to pay my car insurance, and I had to have my gas, and I had to pay the rent at the crib.
Right.
That's and the utilities. That's all I really could do. Like, I was making it happen because I was getting my refund check from the school.
Yes, I remember that.
Exactly. So the
2 months I was there.
so the refund check, I was taking that, paying the rent up for a couple months, putting that up, boom, 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 and I had to do that. And that was a sacrifice. It wasn't the longest sacrifice though, because that was like one semester when it really was like that. It was like one semester. But I could have went the other way and be like, man, hell no, I got to do this. I don't want to be but I had to do it, and I was able to graduate like in 2012. I just went straight through. It wasn't like one of them things where I held off and stopped or whatever, just to try to make sure that I was comfortable. I had to get uncomfortable and just be like, I know what the goal is, and I got to do whatever to get to that goal.
Facts. All right, so we spoke on the frat, but for the people that don't know, because all I know is about a frat is from what I've seen in movies and shit.
Yeah.
So at UCF, or it could be, any college. How you even sign up for a frat?
So with me, I didn't pledge in undergrad. I pledged grad chapter.
What's the difference?
So the difference of grad chapter is undergrad chapter is seated at a college. So
okay.
UCF, they're going to have a chapter. FAMU's going to have a chapter. BCU has a chapter or whatever. So those particular students are attached to that school, and they are the representation of the fraternity on that particular campus. The grad chapter is more of the city's chapter. Okay, so the city, we have like Orlando after. Delta's Orlando is what my chapter, the name of my chapter. So typically what happens is in every city, if there's a college that has a undergraduate chapter, then you have a grad chapter. The grad chapter oversees. So the grad chapters are gonna be like, okay, you pledge in undergrad, and then you graduate, then you transition to the grad chapter. Okay. So you join the grad chapter so you can continue to do the work of the frat. And at the same time, there's ways for people to be initiated through the grad chapter. And when it comes to that, you have to have a 4-year degree. You have to have graduated. And then you just, you can show interest to people that are inside of that chapter. And then it's not really, a lot of this stuff is more, how can I say, I ain't gonna say confidential, but it's just more so like you have to just kind of express yourself and get connected to people that are already in the chapter, and then they just kind of lead you to where they need to lead you to. Okay. If you fit the mold of what they're looking for and what they need to help enhance and keep pushing the fraternity forward.
Do it has a lot of different fraternities on campus?
Oh yeah. They got the whole. So you got the Divine Nine, which is the 9 black organizations. Okay. 5 frats, 4 sororities. They have all 9 on campus, and of course they have the, your other organizations and all that. So, but they have the 9 black letter organizations on campus.
Okay. I know you said the fraternity that you joined, like it met a lot of qualities that you like that kind of existed in yourself? Like, if you can speak on it, like, what was some of the qualities that you liked that made you join that fraternity?
Well, for my fraternity, what I will say is, first thing first, what made me, like I say, look at my fraternity was Mr. Stovall, which was somebody, so like more so than me just reading up on something, I had somebody, a real individual that was pouring into my life, that was giving me like a mentorship style of relationship. And I seen, what he was, what he had accomplished, and all those different things. So when I went and looked up, like I said, the different organizations, and I seen what Alpha offered and what their aims were, Man of Deeds, scholarship and love for all mankind, things of that nature. You see the work that was being done. For example, one of my charter members, Dr. I. Sylvester Hankins Park.
Right. Okay.
That's named after one of my charter members of my chapter. So we have people in Orlando that made like a difference. Not just like I'm from Richmond Heights. Hankins is right outside of Richmond Heights. So I'm seeing, like, when I'm looking up all these different things, it's just kind of resonating within me. And then I'm just seeing the work that they're doing at St. Mark. All the years I was coming up, my high school years, when it's time for voting, like when elections come around, my chapter has a precinct. Our precinct is at St. Mark. So when my parents are going to vote, or when you go up there, you're seeing all the alphas up there. You're seeing them with the paraphernalia on. So you're seeing the active service that they're putting inside of the community. So for me, it's like, I know me as a individual, I have an influence inside of Orlando. I know prior to me even being a promoter, when I was in high school, I was well known. I always was able to have that spirit of just being able to influence people around me. But when you can connect yourself to something and then bring that, and it's you and other like-minded people, then y'all can kind of push a bigger initiative. Y'all can make things, you can cover more ground. Right. You could be a bigger force when you are with a group of people versus being by yourself. No matter how powerful you think you are as an individual, once you put yourself with other people that have that same interest, that same vision, or whatever, and move with the same common goal, then you'll just see like the bigger picture, and you can accomplish bigger things. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? Like if I say, like with my frat dog, like one of the best decisions I made, because it has enhanced my life in a lot of different ways. My network is crazy. I can go to.
That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, network crazy. Network crazy. I can go. I go anywhere, anywhere, and I can. If I tap into the frat, I can find somebody, and I'm gonna get welcomed with open arms.
All right, so we done seen some hazing things online with frats, man. Did you have to go through hazing? What was your initiation?
Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is a non-hazing organization.
Okay.
I would just leave it at that.
Period. All right, so when you went to college, you already had a kid on the way. Mm-hmm. Was you single at the time? For my next question, I'm set up.
Yeah, like I said, so with me and my son's mom, we broke up when he was like 1.5. So that was my sophomore year. That was when I was at Valencia. So from the time when I hit my sophomore year and we split up, I definitely wasn't trying to be with nobody. So I just went the single route, and I was single up until I hit 24. Yeah, 24, 25. 24.
All right, so what was the females like at UCF around that time?
I mean, it's everything that people envision or think is that when it comes to the college life. I mean, it's so many. Again, we had one of the largest universities, right? Mm-hmm. And I think at the time, if I can remember, I believe we had about 13 or 14,000 black students at UCF. Now, if you look at the average HBCU, not comparing it to a HBCU, but if you look at the average HBCU, most of them don't have no more than 6,000, 8,000. You might have a few with 10,000, 15,000 students, but it doesn't reach out like that.
Right.
So for us, again, we are at UCF, but once you tapped into that black community and you went to the things that were for us, you were around, like we had our own culture. I'm not comparing it to HBCU in no shape, form, or fashion, because that's the whole school having a culture. But we were able to create our own culture where there's, you know, like all these different events, these certain things we do on certain days, certain places we link up at. Like we had that. I kind of got like a 50-50 of it, because being on daddy duty all the time, I wasn't necessarily able to do as much, but I did enough. But you know, like for me, it was like I had to also be balanced, right? Because I had a son that was 2, you know, well, I graduated in 2012, so he was 5 when I graduated. But he was just shy of turning 5. So I don't want to just bring anybody around him when he's 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's one of them things where I used to have to kind of like also balance it out. But really, like, I did my thing at UCF, but I used to be up at FAMU all the time. So I had some little woo up at, you know what I'm saying, at FAMU. So I used to be at FAMU like every other weekend or whatever, but I used to do my thing. But it thank God for those moments, because it just molded me to what was coming in my next chapter.
Okay. So what was your plans after college?
So it's crazy. When I was in college, my initial mindset when I first got in college, I wanted to be a sports agent so bad, dog. Like, it was crazy. Like, I wanted to be a sports agent. Like, cause I love sports. Like, I was like, I'm a big football and basketball fan. So I wanted to be a sports agent. I just wanted to be in the business some type of way. But once I started going through school, people was telling me the best sports agents go to law school, so they can have that law background. They know, so you're doing so many contracts and different things. If you didn't have that law background, you pretty much gonna have to put an attorney on your team, and then you got to bust that money down, because the attorney gonna have to look over all your stuff and all these different little whatnot. So I was just like, nah, I'm straight on that, because I told them I'm not going to school. People like, you want to get, I don't want no master's, I don't want no doctorate, I ain't trying to go to law school, I ain't doing none of that. I'm gonna get this bachelor's and I'm gonna be done. And then I switched my aim, and now I just started, once I realized that I didn't want to do that no more, this is around like my junior year. So I'm locked in, like, let me start looking up different marketing positions with sports teams. So I actually picked up a minor in sports business administration. Right. So I picked up a minor. It was like 6 classes. The guys that was running that joint, I ain't really like how they was running, because it was 2 guys that actually was over the actual minor, the program. I did 2 classes, and then I just wasn't feeling their vibes, and I was like, no, I'm not continuing. So I took it back off and just focused back in, and I started just looking at like just general marketing positions. Lo and behold, 2011 comes, spring 2011, me and my best friends, we started sitting down. That's what we started, man, let's throw a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's try to throw a party. So we started like linking up, trying to make a company name, start running ideas by each other and stuff like that. So we ended up popping off our first party in August 2011. Right. The Black and White Affair. So once we popped that,
I remember that.
Yeah, we popped that, and then we followed up with Takers when we linked up with Twitter Bash Boys, Mello, Stan, Remy, Calvin. We linked up together and we did Takers, and Takers was technically our second party. Black and White Affair did great, but then Takers, still to this day, is probably my biggest party still to this day, just how crazy it went. You know what I'm saying? So once we got there, my mind, like, for you to see success so quickly, I'm like, this is what I need to be doing.
Okay, so you spoke on Calvin. I was gonna ask you, how did you meet Calvin?
Me and Calvin. Hey man, me and Calvin is he's from Ivy Lane, but we went to Richmond Heights Elementary together. Right. So me and Carrie E. We're in the same grade. We was in the same grade. He was class 07 with me. Calvin was 06, but me and Carrie E was in Head Start together, kindergarten, all that. So like, we actually came up at Richmond Heights Elementary together. So I knew him all the way through grade school. We just went to different middle school and high school, but we never lost contact. Okay. Yeah.
So how did y'all start the Beecham Boys? I'm guessing that's from you.
Yeah, from the party stuff. Yeah. So the way it worked was, 2011. That's when Twitter was booming. So you had myself, my brother Fly, my brother Youngin, and my brother Junior B. God bless the dead. Us four sat down and we established Authentic Grind Entertainment Agent. So we sat down and established that. While we was establishing that and we was trying to plan out our first party, that's when the Twitter Bash popped. The Twitter Bash popped in the summertime. I think first Twitter Bash was like June. They did like 3 within like 2 months. It was like June and July, which was Mello, Calvin, Stan, and Remy. So they were doing that. Calvin, I was already talking to Calvin on a regular basis. Me and Mello was cool with all us. All us went to Evans. Mello went to Evans with us. So like,
I know Calvin's Jones.
Yeah, Calvin Jones. So yeah, but me and Calvin would always keep being in contact because that's when he had the studio over there on over in the garden. Goodfella.
You was part of Goodfellas?
Nah, but he had the studio, so I used to, I used to catch up with him. We used to get together sometimes.
M100. Okay.
Yup. So he knew what we had coming. So we popped the Black and White affair. So when they seen the Black and White affair and they had already did Twitter Bash, Calvin came back and was like, we got to link up and do something. That was the foundation of Takers happening. But at the time, he was kind of with those particular, he was on that side. But later down the line, he merged over to Authentic Grind with us.
Okay. How was those Beecham days back then, though? I wasn't too heavy in the clubs back then. Of course, I was of age. I graduated in 09. So,
yeah.
But I remember them Beecham Boys flyers, man. How was them Beecham days back then when y'all linked up and...
So really the way the Beecham situation came about, after we did Takers, we put the city on notice. At that point, it was like a whole wave of new promoters at that time. Because now you had within... Takers was Halloween weekend. So between the summer and October, you got the Twitter Bashes happen, you got the Black and White affair happen, and you got this big ass Halloween Halloween costume party that just happened. That had 3,000 people in the Cheyenne Saloon. Well, everybody in the city, so now it's like, everybody, goddamn, so what we about to do? Like, what's happening? What y'all following up with? So now the OGs come step to us, Pat Nix, Willie Fisher, and Powerhouse at the time, Keith, which is Tony Koo and John Cocky. They ran by us because they was doing Roxy every Friday. Yeah. And at the time, Roxy had started to take a small decline. So they came to us and was like, we want y'all to want to offer y'all coming and do every Friday. So now, us, we like, man, hell yeah, shit, that's easy. And we had Troy, my big brother Troy, he was managing all of us at that time. Cause he had the wisdom, he had the framework. We just doing. You know how you got the talent, so you just doing it, but he was like the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, hold on, this how we gonna run the play. Y'all got the talent, but this how we gonna run the play. And we they came to us, and also Dale was included in that as well. Right. And it's like, we want y'all in on every Friday at Roxy. So we like, okay, bet. We done set up the deal, got the deal, strike that bit, boom. Let's rock. We done played around. The first Friday that we got in there, we called that joint the Power Circle. I remember. It was like Power Circle was the theme. And they were like, look, y'all gonna have to mash. Well, you just get on Twitter, bro, and just promote with a little hashtag, throw the little virtual flyer up. Mm-hmm. And it was easy. Like, you ain't have to do nothing more than that because we had the juice at that time. And we fucked around and went to Roxy. But we was in there, I think it was us and probably about 10, 15 other people. That was like a slap in the face. That shit was so humbling. But we came off of that, and then we was like, hold on. The next day, we all got together like on some like, hey, listen, we got to get our body together, get this shit in order. So now we got it in order, and then we came back the next Friday and smashed that joint, and we went on from there. But long story short, that run was for like a year or so, but it just got to the point it was too many of us. It was too many of us busting the pie down. We was getting money, but then we realized like we doing so much, and then we still had the OGs on their side, and then it just came time for like a little split. So when we did the split, my team, Authentic Grind, we left, and at that time, Calvin had already merged in with us and became a part of Authentic Grind. And Troy went to Beecham, and he struck the deal with Beecham, so it was like a smooth movement. We came off of Roxy for about 2 weeks, and then we came off, made our announcement, and started Beecham like 2 weeks later. And then we also took Disco with us. Disco JR, God bless the dead, my brother. We bought him with us, and so it was really Authentic Grind, Disco JR, and D Strong. We was the Beecham Boys.
How long did that Beecham Boys grind last?
The Beecham Boys was, I think the Beecham Boys was a 2-year run, just shy of 2 years.
Just 2 years.
Yeah, just shy about 2 years.
So what was your next move after the Beecham Boys as far as promoting?
Well, for me, my partners, life started lifing. You know what I'm saying? So they started to kind of not shy away, but the flame wasn't burning as hot as it was before. But for me, it was like the flame was on the next level for me. So, you know, I just had that brother to brother talk with them, like, you know, what do y'all have planned? Like, what's going on? Are you
saying like Beecham started to die down a little bit?
No. Beecham was still doing what it was doing. But Beecham was like the weekly. But we still need to be coming up with creative concepts and special events to really like yank the people. Like, I need to give you something. I got to keep feeding you. I can't keep giving you the same thing. I tell people all the time, I compare weekly events to like being on the basketball court, your fundamentals, just dribbling and shooting.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But when I come hit you with this slam dunk, that's that big event. When I hit you with that long range three, that's that big event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of go like that. So like, yeah, we doing that part because that's like, well, machine is already in rotation. People know we're here, but we got to keep giving them other shit. And they weren't really like being as creative at that time because life was life and they were doing other things. So I had to have that talk with them, like, so what y'all doing? Because, you know, we still busting the pie. So I'm like, just, you know, y'all my niggas, so what's what? So everybody like, yeah, we still locked in, but then we went a couple more months still pushing, and then just kind of like, all right, you know what? I see what you over here with that, and you're doing great with that, so stick with that. And you over here, and everybody just like, okay, cool, like, we gonna just fall off and just kind of do what we're doing. And then that left me by myself, and that's when I started Blue Cheese Events. So, you know, I went from Authentic Grind. People already had called me. I was already using the whole name Blue Cheese or whatever as like my little alias to TEEZY. So now, when it was time to start my company, like, oh, it's simple as Blue Cheese Events. Make that shit easy, like it's right there. So I went in as when I went solo, and I did my first solo party, May 2015.
What was the name of that first party?
That was Indecent Exposure. It was indecent.
That's like you take it.
Yeah.
It's like damn memory lane because I remember all these names.
Yeah,
Where that party was at?
That one was at Native over there on Church Street. Yep. Native. It was called Indecent Exposure. That shit was crazy. And that was right. Really what put the battery in my back though. I jumped off and did that joint. I did that joint. Ran that, and then I followed up with the part 2 to it like a month later. And they did the same thing, and it was just like, okay, cool. Like, that was kind of like my confirmation. Like, man, just keep the ball rolling and just keep pushing.
Nah, for sure. So, what's one of the craziest things you seen at your party? At one of your parties?
Man, shit, I know one I always tell. This one of the Beecham days. So, what was it? It was Classic.
Okay.
So we had this was Rich Homie blazing.
You remember what year? Just you know,
It had to be.
On fire.
It had to be. Had to be 13. I think it had to be 2013.
That's the last time I've been to Beecham.
Yeah, I think it had to be 2013.
So 2014, I think last time I've been to Beecham.
So people don't know. I used to doubled down at Beecham. So I was promoting the Fridays, but I had also became the marketing manager and VIP manager for them. So I used to do a lot of work during the day for them too, or whatever. So we end up, and it's crazy because Beecham on Fridays and Saturdays of Classic, they never bring an artist. They just do the normal. They just do the normal part. That shit just be ramped out. So we end up, I don't know how Troy end up getting to play for Rich Homie, but Rich Homie on fire. This is like Rich Homie Pete. So now we got Rich Homie for a Friday, so you know we for Friday a Classic. So of course we promoting it. Man, Rich Homie had tried to double down on us, dog, and I guess he was going to try to fly in. He had a show or something somewhere else in the Southeast region, so I'm thinking Georgia, South Carolina, something like that. And then he was going to fly into the private airport right there on Colonia, not too far by Fashion Square.
Yep.
So he's supposed to flew in there and got to us by like 12:30, so he can get on and perform from like 1 to 2 or whatever. Man, mind you, I'm selling everybody. I'm selling like, cause I'm doing the marketing, the VIP for it. So like when people come in to pay for the sections and stuff during the daytime, I'm the one taking the bread, giving them they receipts and all that, organizing everything, and at the same time I'm on the face promoting the hell out of this bit too.
Right.
So, old boy, his manager Monte hitting Troy like, man, we got pushed behind. So he like, man, we about to try to get there, whatever. Man, it's like 1:30, 1:45. We ain't hearing from them folks. So now the crowd started getting. The crowd started going like, hold on, what Rich told me? Now it's starting to look crazy because now you know you done charge. It's classic. They done waste their Friday classic with you, and they done paid premium price. Man, I'd say about like 155. That shit went to going up. Motherfucker went to throwing shit. I literally just walked into the backside. I went to the little back of the stage. But I stayed in that bitch about 3 o'clock. I waited till that bitch was cleared out. I ain't want to see nobody's face. I ain't want to talk to nobody. Bro, that was like, I mean, just the way the people were reacting, bro, and I felt bad as hell. I felt, nothing we could do about it, though. You know, that was human error on their end. But what we did do to make sure we did it right, bro, we made sure we put out an announcement the next day, and I went and sat at beach the next day, told people to come back. We gave them their bread back. Literally, we had all that, gave it back to them. Rich on them was talking about doing like a makeup show or something like that. We just wanted everything back, get that deposit back, because we needed that money, just go ahead and refund back them folks. So we did that, and I mean, it worked out. But that was one of them things that happened early on in my career that showed me how to navigate and make sure you keep your face clean, even though like that was something that we couldn't take control of. We made sure we kept our face clean, and literally, like I say, everybody that came back to get their bread back, they got it back with no question. And we also offer certain people, little free things going forward, just to kind of be like a show of appreciation.
Okay, what inspired your style of parties? Cause like you got a different range. Like you got the classy dress up parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the brunches. You got like all your parties be like drama free. Like I can go to your party, I can get drunk as I want.
Yeah.
Like you don't have no fighting in your parties. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like
Why you think? So it's a 2-part question. Like what inspired your style? And then why do you think like you can like people kind of respect your parties like to where they ain't coming in like starting nothing?
I think what inspired my style is I was always the young cat that had the old soul. So like me, when I was 16, 17, I was going to the 18 up clubs with an ID. When I hit 18, 19, I was going to Roxy, which was 21 and up. Like me and my dogs would buy a section just so we can not have to worry about being ID'd. So I like the whole, and I'm also a fashion guy, you know what I'm saying? I love fashion. So I'm one of those ones where I'm like, I always wanted to be in like the more adult, mature feeling crowd. So if I was 21, I wanted to be around the 25 and up. When I was 18, I wanted to be around the 21 and up. I didn't necessarily want to be around the majority of my peers. The peers that I would be around in these type of environments would have that same type of feel to them, just like me. So when it came to me throwing parties, the different things that I saw from my OGs, I'm like, okay, this is more like what I would like to be like. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like patenting your game after a basketball player. If you got a child coming up, I want to play like LeBron, I want to play like Steph Curry, I want to play like Giannis. So you start kind of taking those little different things that they do, and you just kind of make it yours and your own way. And that's really that when it comes to like the variety, like you were saying, the brunches and all these different things. When we first started partying, it wasn't nothing but night parties. You remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
You just had to go give a certain style. Like, okay, this is more of a classy party. Oh, this is a theme party. Oh, this is gonna be more of your shit. We're gonna try this out. This is more of your hood party. But I don't know if you remember, we popped off. I ain't gonna say it was the first day party because it wasn't necessarily the first day party, but we set the tone when we did Saturday matinee over there off limits on Colonia. It was right down the street from Roxy. When we used to have a little party, we used to be out on like the little deck over the water. We had the food. We had the liquor slushies. I think that's when I think we had just started, like hookahs kind of started just kind of making its way on the scene. So like we got into that little day movement. Then we started doing, a couple years later, I started doing the patio, all those different things. So I realized that now there's a variety of things that people want to do. You can't just stay in that one dimension. Some people want to go to brunch. And they want to get up and be back in the house by 6 p.m., 7 p.m. But they still want to do everything that they would do at the night party. So they come to the brunch and they want to get drunk, but they want to be ready for work on Monday at 8 o'clock and don't have to worry about fighting a hangover. Okay, cool. We'll come to brunch. Come in the bitch at 2, do your 1, 2. Leave at 5 o'clock, go home, take your shower, get ready for work. You could be in bed by 8 o'clock, sleeping all off. You got 10 hours of sleep and be up and ready to do what you got to do the next day. Some people want to be out in daytime and it might be a Saturday night, but they still want to be in the house by 11. Yeah. You got to give them that. So just making sure your portfolio is diverse was something that I felt like I had to do. And then when it comes down to the respect level that I get from people just kind of respecting my environment of my parties and not fighting, because I rarely have any. I can't even think of the last time I had a fight at any of my parties. I just think that, one, we set the atmosphere is set for more of a calmness. It's not set, like, it's like, have fun. Yeah. But don't come in here sitting there mugging, trying to be this, that, and the other. So we give that. Like, you have to kind of create that environment for the people. So when they come in, if they feel safe and secure and all that good stuff, then we're gonna do that. And also my security guards, I make sure that I talk with my security guards. Like, I don't just hire a security company to come in that just send me random guys that I never worked with before. Most of my security guards is my same team that I've been working with for a while. So like I can have that conversation with them like, hey, this is how I need you diffusing the situation or whatever. If some type of verbal altercation is going on, don't rush over, don't put your hands on nobody. Like, I can kind of coach them up versus if I just put in an order with this big company and say, send me 5 guys. If I don't know them 5 come in there, they just gonna work on the side that they work on. They don't know what my expectations is because they'll just show up like, hey, my boss told me I had to be here at this time, that's it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So having that real relationship with your security. And then I think that ultimately, I'm from the hood. I've had my fair share of altercations when I was growing up, and there's a lot of people that respect me because they know like how I was back in that time and the altercations I used to get in and whatever. But I grew, like we grew up from that. So they on the same thing. A lot of the guys that I'm gonna attract to come to my parties, the guys and girls that I attract to come, they might be from the hood with me. They might went to school with me, and I seen them bumping on the regular. But guess what? They know like now we all for that. Like that shit don't solve nothing. It don't solve. Bro, I tell people all the time, I don't ever want to fight another day in my life. Cause bro, I don't want to have that. I don't want to fight nobody. Like, bro, we can talk it out. Like, of course, I protect myself if something get ready to happen. But, bro, we can talk it out, bro. It ain't nothing that deep. Ain't nothing that deep. Unless you done did something to, like, hurt my family. That's it. That's really about all. Threaten to hurt me or my family. That's it. But beyond that, like, you gotta think about it. A lot of club altercations be minor. Yeah. You done bumped into me. You waste my drink. You ain't say excuse me. Damn, like, I say excuse me for the smallest thing. So if I bump somebody in the club and they drink fall, I'm gonna say excuse me, and I'm gonna take you to the bar and rebuy. For sure. Not because I'm scared of you, not because that's being a decent person.
That's just right.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of people probably be like frustrated because a lot of club promoters hold up lines. They in the line,
man,
they wait, they got a section, they sell their section. So by the time they get inside, they all
all my people, man. I think the best part about me, and I think one of my greatest traits as a promoter is that I'm very locked in to making sure that my face stay clean. And if some way, somehow something went wrong, all you gotta do is say something to me. I tell all my staff members, if you have a problem in front of you and you have a chance to fix it, you better fix it. Because if it get to me, I ain't gonna say the customer necessarily gonna just get their way, but for the most part, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to reconcile the situation. Right. You know, because one bad review can travel far and wide. Like, that big can travel far and wide. You can have 100 great reviews and then one bad one. You know, people love messy shit. So that's like you go look on you can go shopping right now, online shopping. A bad review gonna sit right up at the top. Yeah. A bad review gonna sit right at the top. People gonna comment on it and everything else, like it. it'll beat out the good reviews. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you always, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that I'm always in the clear. I want to make sure that people, like, when you come to my event, you feel safe, you have fun, and you feel like you spent your money, like you spent your money well. Like, you don't want to walk out with buyer's remorse, like, damn, I went there, but I done wasted $50 at this shit. Like, what, whatever. Like, I want you to come in and be like, nah, that's the best $50 I spent. Or that's the best $100 I spent. That's how you got to make them feel.
Okay. Give me your top 5 promoters in Orlando history that you can remember.
Ooh.
I know it's been a wave, you know what I'm saying, in the last 10 years.
Boy, that's
probably before our time, but we can't.
Yeah, so I'm not even going.
You ain't gotta do no order though. You ain't gotta do no order.
I ain't gonna do no order, and I'm not gonna include me because I don't rank myself in that.
You don't want to put yourself? I mean, you having a hell of a run though. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't done yet. I got way more to do. So I won't even put myself in there. First and foremost, none of this really moves without Pat Nix. Pat is the godfather. You know what I'm saying? That's my Michael Jordan. I tell people that all the time. Like, that's my Michael Jordan. For most promoters, you gotta. If you haven't worked with him or hadn't had a chance to work with him, you know what he done. You know what he's done. He's still doing it though. That's the crazy part about it. Like, he's not even doing like no weekly stuff. But when Classic come, he banging. Family Homecoming come, he banging. All-Star come, he banging. Like, he catching them big weekends. Essence, he banging. Like, he to the point where he doing build-outs and shit. 50 plus, he doing it. He 50, ain't Pat 51 now, if I ain't mistaken?
Pat Nix?
Pat Nix.
I know her, okay.
Yeah, Frontline. That's the Frontline Promotions. That's who gave us our opportunity at Roxy on Fridays, him and Willie Fisher. That's who ran JJ's and then changed it to Rain. Yeah, so big time. So you can't say nothing without Pat. Okay. My mentor, my big brother T Gaines, to me he is on a whole nother level. He one of one. I don't know, ain't a damn promoter in Orlando, to my knowledge, doing what he does. He's just different. He has a corporate level that he has reached with doing these corporate events with all these big companies and things. Like, it's beyond just Orlando doing like your regular parties. He has the regular parties that's gonna bang out and do big numbers, but I really am impressed with the way he carries himself and does the corporate level events, which is something I aspire to do in my future time. Dog, man, of course, you gotta respect Dog. Dog been doing it for so long. Dog been doing it just as long as Pat. Dog still active. Dog is still, when Classic Weekend come, you better get your mind right, because get with it or get out the way. Dog gonna eat regardless. And Dog also done put a lot of us young promoters on a lot of situations that helped us grow and allowed us to see what he did and take bits and pieces from him, and including what we do. Even though this is my peer, you gotta give Mello. I got Mello different. I tell people all the time, me and Mello are like, it's like that. It's almost like a Kobe, LeBron, KD. Like, we kind of like in that same range of like. I love Mello. Like, we was together last night. And Mello is like, I've seen I've seen the behind the scenes, so I've seen the growth. I see what he do and what he continues to do, and his growth is crazy. Like, his growth is crazy from, like, we 12 years in. We both 12 years in, because like I said, we started at the same time. His growth is crazy, astronomical. That's 4.
That's 4, yep.
Man, there's a couple I can name, man. Ernest, Jade Events.
That's your 5th?
Yeah, I put him in there. Yeah, Ernest got the music fest going right now. Ernest big time. Ernest did a lot. He's done a lot too. He's just as old as Pat, so he's been doing it from the 90s and still finding a way to stay relevant. Like, he's got into that festival level, so he's been banging with the festivals and stuff now. So yeah, I get him. I put them 5 in there. Like I say, you got Keep, which if I will put them right in that mix too. Tony Cool and John Cocky, they 20 plus in.
Okay.
It's a lot, man. But just to pay homage to the people that came before me, that's the ones that I have to name.
So, what would you say your most successful event has been?
Takers.
Takers.
And you know what's crazy? I'm gonna say it's crazy, and I'm gonna give you some background. Did you come to Takers?
I remember it.
You remember?
I can't
okay, so you weren't there then.
If I did,
you weren't there. You weren't there. If you were there, you would have known it.
I remember that time.
Man, Takers had the Cheyenne Saloon is 3 floors.
Okay, I ain't been there.
Yeah, Cheyenne Saloon is 3 floors. And we had that bit filled, jammed out from the first, second, third. I'm talking about people hanging over the damn balcony, hanging out. Like, it was a different level. We ain't make no damn money.
No.
Bro, listen. Me and Mello laugh about this shit all the time. Like, we don't know who hit us up. We don't know how it happened. Bro, we had about 3,000 people in there. The money we got bust down that we got from it, it ain't make sense. And we were naive. We were wet behind the ears, so we didn't have no checks and balances in place. We didn't have no way to go back and really retrace steps and be like, boom, boom, boom. Like, you know, it's before, like, right now, I sell all my tickets and stuff on Eventbrite. Back then, it wasn't online sales. You doing all this shit through, like, physical tickets and somebody can make fake tickets of your tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
Like, they can go and make fake tickets of your tickets. You ain't scanning nothing. There ain't no barcode and none of them shits. It's like regular tickets with an admit one that we rip off and put it in the thing. But yeah, nah, we ain't make no money. That shit, as big as it was, but I thank God for that lesson because it instantly made me want to tighten up on the business side of things because that was my second party. Like, we was wet behind the ears. Like, we was second party, so we don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we doing what we got to do as far as putting the promo out. But you could do all that, but you got to have the back of the house in order, and we didn't have that in order, and we ain't make no bread. Like, I mean, we left with bread, but it wasn't much more than what we had to put out to do the party. Like, we had a little profit.
Y'all broke even. Well,
yeah, the profit was very small, but based on what we seen coming through them doors, we all should have been walking out with, I'm talking about money falling out of our pockets based on how many people came in there. But again, the biggest lesson that came out of it was it made us tighten up from a business perspective, and then it gave us a whole nother level of like confidence and another level of emotion. So now once we did that, it paid dividends later. You know what I'm saying? Like, now people like, I'm looking for whatever party they doing, that's where I'm going. That's how I like that. Mm-hmm. So we still made out on it, but yeah, we ain't made no bread from it though.
I feel like I noticed because you already kind of said it earlier, but as far as like your worst party, was it the Roxy's when it was like?
Nah, I think that party is another one at Roxy. That party, and then we had another one, man. A deal came through. GrindForGreater was doing what the tequila was, Avion?
Yeah.
Avion tequila.
Avion.
They hit us up. This was Roxy in motion though. They hit us up. They're like, he doing a tour. You can get him for X amount of dollars. It was like Jeezy at the time might have been like, I guess 50,000, 60,000 or some shit like that. It was like 60 or something. Because the discount on it was like, it had him at like 40 or something like that, if I remember correctly. So we already doing good. We doing our numbers or whatever. So we like, do we want to do this? Once they ran the opportunity by us. So we had a meeting. We went ahead and locked in and said, yeah, we'll do it. Some of us was like, no, but the majority said, yeah. So we're doing it on our Friday at Roxy. But we're like, so he gonna come perform with her? Like, yeah. It's a hosting with Avion, but everywhere he been, he grabbed the mic, do this, that, and the other. All right, bet. So now we gotta sell the sections higher. We gotta charge higher at the door. We gotta do all the different stuff. Mind you already got a flow going or whatever. Now, when we do that Friday come, one, we ain't sold out like we typically do because we done had to charge so much goddamn more because people are used to consistently what we do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got to charge more for everything. So now it ain't even pulled like that. And then he come in that joint. He come right in out the little VIP we used to be in. bruh up there, they trying to get him the mic. Man, that nigga ain't never grabbed the mic. That nigga ain't say, hey, what up? He ain't did no song, no nothing. Boy, they dragged our ass. They talked about us bad, boy. They talked about us bad. That was embarrassing. That one in that Rich Homie Coin, that was two of the most embarrassing parties ever. But if you notice what the trend is, when I talk about the embarrassing moments, it's with these damn artists. That's why it's with the artists. Yeah. It's always some sticky shit. They don't care nothing about your brand. As long as they get their money, they be straight.
And that was earlier on because like you the type of promoter that you don't need an artist for your event.
Yeah, no,
that's kind of like the dopest thing about you.
Listen, and you know I went into the wave of doing R&B concerts because R&B is my thing. I don't really even listen to rap like that. I listen to R&B 98% of the time.
That's all I listen to.
Yeah, I tell people when I hear a song, I'm probably gonna hear it in the club first.
For sure.
That's what I'm gonna hear because I'm at the club. I'm hearing it from my DJs. But I went into the R&B lane, which that was pretty good. But then when COVID hit and the COVID wave hit, all the artists and managers started acting real weird. Push their numbers up through the roof. It just don't make sense no more. So, but like I said, the embarrassing moments, you see them two I gave you, it's dealing with the artists. Nothing against artists, but it's just like that shit don't work for the independent promoter, not here in our market.
Okay. Out of all the events you currently got in motion though, which one you like look forward to the most?
I love my brunch. I think my brunch is probably, I wake up every Sunday morning happy to go there.
Right.
And the reason I say that is because at the brunch, that's like we have so many celebrations at brunch. Like, bruh, it's crazy. Like it's almost like the ideal place for people to celebrate. We got, I'm talking about birthdays, goddamn anniversaries, graduations. Man, we had 2 proposals at our brunch. We've been doing it for 3 years, but we've had 2 proposals. Like where people actually propose. And then one of the couples that proposed when we was at Brunch Kingdom, they just came back, I think that was October. They came with their bridal party as like they had got married and they came and did like a celebration. So it's like seeing those type of things, I think we provide such a good space for people to really like bask in like that moment or whatever, whatever that celebration is. Cause that's a big part of like how we get people. Like we get a lot of groups, you know what I'm saying? Groups of 8, groups of 10, groups of 20. Like we just had a group like Sunday. We had a birthday. A lady, it was her birthday, and it was also they were celebrating Founders Day for the Deltas. It was 32. They had 32 of them in there. Like, so you don't really get that. Like you don't go to a nightclub and it'd be like, oh yeah, 32 of us are coming to. I got a group of 30. You don't see that. It might be a group of 4, 5, 6, whatever. But like the brunch atmosphere, I guess, is more structure where we party, but it's all seated and all that good stuff. It's not like going to a party and trying to move around with 32 people or whatever. But if you come here and you get these tables, y'all all together seated, and it's a real celebration going on. So I really look forward to that because I feel like people have the best time there, and people have shared some of their best moments with us. So
I ain't gonna count. The last brunch I went to was that Brunch Kingdom with the big statue in front.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I got so drunk, bro.
That was us, yeah.
I got so drunk. I drove off. It was a Red Lobster down the street.
Yeah,
I had to go park in the parking lot and go to sleep.
It happened, boy.
I got so drunk at that Brunch Kingdom, bro. That shit, yeah. Man, if y'all ain't been, y'all gotta go to that brunch, man. I ain't been back since. Not because of that. But because my Sunday schedule be kind of crazy.
Yeah, we at McConaughey now though. We at McConaughey.
Had a ball.
Located right next to Kings Bowling every Sunday, 12 to 5.
So how does it feel being the 2023 promoter of the year though?
You know, it's crazy, dog. Like I've been doing it 12 years and I tell people all the time, I don't never look for recognition. I just do the work. And for me, I'm always gonna look at everything like it's my first day doing. Like I tell people that all the time, like, oh, you just said, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't be satisfied. Like, I might have a big part, and I'm like, damn, I could have did this better. I'm very critical of, like, what happened. So I try to find that balance of, like, being appreciative and being content, but also still staying hungry. So when I seen that I was nominated, I was like, oh, cool. I'm in here with Mello, Key Richie, Tom, and it was a dude named Cheeseburger. I didn't know who he was. But I looked him up and I seen that he does like a lot of showcases and things. So it kind of exposed me to him. Like, okay, he has a nice little following too on his side. So we'll just see what's what. And you know, I went to the event, and again, when they called my name, the expectation was never there. I never expected to get that award, but I got it. So for me, when I went up to accept the award, and even when I first got to the place and I looked around at all the attendees and stuff, I was like, hey man, like, I might know it's probably about 200 plus people at the joint. Outside of the DJs and the people that were, you know, like kind of working, just the general people that was attending, I probably knew 10 people, if that. And that's not common for me to go somewhere and only know that amount. And then the room was diverse. It wasn't just us in there. There was different ethnicities and all that. So I'm looking around, I'm just like, okay, well, I might be reaching further than I think I am. You know what I'm saying? Because all these people had a part in the voting and all that different stuff. So my name is ringing bells a lot further than what I think. And I mean, like I said, it was just like motivation. Like, okay, cool. Now I appreciate this award, but now it made me feel like I have to up the score now. Mm-hmm. Like now you done gave me a award. You done gave me a label. So now I got to do something more. Like I've always been trying to go up, but now you put that on me. You know, that's just like somebody, you the MVP of the league. So that next year they trying to see what you're doing. The microscope, you under the microscope, and bright lights on you. So that's how I feel like right now. And this year, like I gotta just keep upping the score and try and do more than what I did last year to get that award.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw some names out there. Just give me like one word to describe, you know what I'm saying, whatever I throw out there.
Okay.
Ready? Sunset Day Party.
Longevity.
Disco JR.
Legend.
Blue Cheese Events.
My heart.
Single for the night.
Ooh, that was out of you, legendary. So
matter of fact, it ain't got to be one word.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that comes to your mind.
Longevity and legendary for that too, because I did it for a lot of years.
For sure. Soul Cow.
Soul Cafe.
Yep.
That's the R&B hub for R&B parties. That's the standard.
Be Native.
I'm gonna say Foundation because that's what I started doing when I went solo. My first event was there, so.
Dog Man.
GOAT.
The Beecham Boys.
There'll never be another one-on-one. One-on-one.
Calvin Ivory.
Ooh. Visionary.
I got to throw this name in there because you brought him up. I never know nothing about him. Pat Nix.
The Godfather.
And last, TEEZY.
What I say about myself, I'm trying to find that one word. Different.
Okay. I got a question, a couple more before we get out of here, man. Let's just breeze. We're gonna breeze over this. You was a dean at a high school.
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school.
Okay. What school that was?
Rolling Hills Elementary. In Pine Hills.
Rolling Hills. Okay. Did that ever like affect like, you know what I'm saying, your outside school activities and whatnot?
Nah, it never did. That was really one of the reasons when I did go get that job. Because with the school, you ain't never got to worry about working on weekends. You ain't never got to worry about overtime. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you may stay there to do a couple extra things, but it ain't like a job where like the schedule gonna change on you or this gonna happen. Then you got all the built-in breaks. You got the summer break. I'm off for 2 months in the summer. Yeah. You know, Thanksgiving week, you got a whole week. Christmas, winter break, you got 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Spring break, you got that. So with me having a business that really thrives on the weekend and at nights, with that being just something that would never get in the way, it worked out perfect.
This always a question. This is random too. I always thought this. Like when y'all off in the summer and stuff, y'all still get paid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I say,
Well, no. I'm sorry.
Sense.
I'm sorry. No. What you can do, and what most people do, you do a deferment. So every check you get during the school year, you do a deferment or whatever, and it automatically comes off your check. So then when June hits, you will get all that money at once, so you get a big lump sum.
Gotcha.
So then you get that lump sum. And of course, there's a bunch of stuff you can do during the summer. You can work summer school. There's a bunch of like paid trainings and things that a lot of people do. I didn't do it. I ain't never used to really do it because I just get the lump sum, but I had my business rolling. And that's when I really put my boots in the ground with like going to like meet owners and just, even if I ain't have nothing coming up, like during the summertime when I knew I had such an open schedule, I go meet with this club owner or try to set up a meeting with a venue owner just to try to just get a relationship. I might not even be trying to do nothing yet. I might need to just put you in my pocket so I can hit you up 6 months from now and say I need something. I might need to come do a party over here. You got an opportunity for me? Can I do it? So I used to lock in during that time and really like overgrind.
So you got hired on as a dean, or you just had to work your way up to a dean?
Nah, you know it's crazy. So when so the way it worked out, I was an entrepreneur. Late 2014, we had got the old Club 23. We had got the lease on it. It was called, it was sublease through V Group, and we changed it to Pink. It was called Pink. So it was me, Mello, Troy, Maestro, and 5 Venoms. So DJ 5 Venoms. So it was us 5 pretty much doing all of basically running the venue. It was going good. We had a whole little setup, so we was doing that. We had the venue. Of course, I was still promoting because me and Mello was doing the Friday nights, and then I was doing my other days at other places. And then I had a bounce house business at the time. So I was doing all that. We were going good, and then like May or June, that shooting happened at the Pulse nightclub because I had something going on that Saturday at Native. I was doing a little party at Native that Saturday, and I remember the police was like, our police that we used to pay, the off-duty officer was like, I got big emergency, we got to go. And I remember downtown, all the cars, police cars just flying, boom, 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 they gone. Then we realized that big shooting happened in the club. Even though that's not our type of club night, it's just, it happened in the club, so you already know it's going to have a crazy impact. Bro, we went like 2 months, nobody would not come out the house. Like, they would not go to the club. You know, everybody was scared to go. So, we realized like at that time we were already had dumped money into it, so we really was trying to recoup money. We weren't really busting no dividends down or nothing yet. So the big investor realized like, dog, this shit ain't gonna turn around no time soon. So we all came off of it. We all pulled out. So when we pulled out, it was summertime at that time. It was like late July, and I was like, man, let me just find me a little job or something. But I wasn't going back to that regular corporate America style job. So I want to work with kids because I got 2 passions in life, doing events and working with kids. Wow. So I said, let me go ahead and do this. I put in, my homeboy had just got hired as a dean over there. So I was like, I don't want to go full time. I just want to do part time. I'm like, I don't even want to, because I don't want to be strapped up like that. So I go in and did like a little part time position, a little push in position. Within 2 weeks of me being there, because the school was so upside down, because the principal that was there, they had just moved her over there and brought her team in to try to fix the school. The school was really doing bad. So she had told me, you know, come do the push-in position. So I was working Monday through Thursday, like 6 hours, something like that, something easy. But while I'm there, man, I'm running the kids, and them motherfuckers going crazy. Like, I'm talking about, they running doing all kind of, so my dog, I say, Fly, he's the dean. It's supposed to be another dean, but the other dean, for some reason, I don't know what happened. His paperwork ain't go through or something, but he never got on. So bro running around the school by himself, crazy. And our other homegirl had ended up, she came like right after me. So they had put her in the role with discipline as well. So them 2 run around the school, but it's just too much. They need manpower. On the school campus, you gotta have that manpower. So now I'm in the trenches. Like I'm dealing with the behaviors now. And then she offered me a position. She was like, you want to go full time and be the dean? I was like, what's going to be the difference? She showed me what the pay difference would be. And then she was like, you already here Monday through Thursday. You'll just have to come on Friday. And then it's an extra hour. But the pay difference was so far different. I talked to my lady. She said, yeah, go ahead and do it. Did it. And we went there. And 7 years. I did 7 years of it.
Oh damn, you like that for a while.
Yeah, I did 7 years of it, bro.
What's your favorite basketball team?
Orlando Magic. Gotta know that.
Gotta know that. Hey, we about to retire Shaq jersey, bro. You think he deserved that?
Definitely deserve it.
Wow, he only put in 4 years though. He got us.
He put in 4 years, but you got to think about it. His 4 years that he put in. One, he took us to the finals in that time.
Okay, one.
But then he put, as an expansion team, he put us really on the map. Like, because of how he broke onto the scene, he made us relevant. Before him, because we had 2 years before he got drafted.
Yeah. Nick Anderson and all that.
Yeah, we was the fucking butt of the league at that time. Like, nobody was talking about us. Like, you came to Orlando and you just kind of got an easy W type situation. But when he came in as a rookie, he came in and smashed. But you got to also think about what Shaq is to the Orlando community. Shaq was a reserve officer. So in the offseason, you might see Shaq riding around in the police car. Like, he was like very normal. You might run into Shaq in Publix or Walmart. Like, Shaq was really in the community too. So I think that's from the level that he elevated, like, the brand, the Orlando Magic brand when he was here, to making us actually a team and an organization that you had to, like, not even necessarily pay attention to, but it's like they're on the map now. And then at the same time, he took us to the finals, and then he's involved in the community. He was very involved in the community.
Okay. See, I ain't know the whole officer part.
Yeah.
I thought he started that when he went to the Suns.
Nah, he did it over here.
So if we retire Shaq number from what he did in 4 seasons with us, what you think about Dwight?
Oh, Dwight is automatic.
We got it.
He's automatic. Dwight is automatic. Dwight is, even barring the goofy shit he be doing the goofy shit he been tied up with off the record. Dwight is our greatest. He's the greatest Orlando Magic player as far as Orlando Magic career.
Okay, so that was gonna be my next question. Who you think the greatest Magic player to put on that uniform?
Yeah, the Orlando Magic career, man. Dwight definitely is number one. You can't. Nobody resume can compare.
What you think about Pablo?
Oh shit, he the future. Shit, he could pass Dwight.
You like him right now?
Hell yeah, he could pass Dwight if we lock him up. Make sure he don't get out of here.
Us being us though, man. I
think we different, bro. We always talk about it. It starts with ownership.
Right.
It starts with ownership, but I think we can turn it around. I think we can turn it around.
What you think about our front office letting Bobo go?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I like it.
Was you happy? You was happy?
I was fine with it because I'm one of those people. I do a lot of. Like I said, I'm a big sports head, so I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot of articles, and they said Bobo work ethic went down.
I seen that too.
But they said that in other. They said that in other whatchamacallits. They said that in other organizations too. So it's like everybody not saying it ain't somewhat true. At least it has to be partially true.
All right. What team you hate losing to the most? Mine is personally the Heat. Like we can lose to anybody. I'm straight. I might feel some type of way, but when we lose to the Heat, bro, I hate.
The only team I really hate losing to is probably the Lakers.
The Lakers?
Because how they fans be so delusional. Like, the motherfuckers just at like, bro, especially with Bron being over there, they gonna complain about everybody else. They gonna complain. I mean, I've always been this way. Like, cause Lakers they have a lot of fans. Lakers. Yeah. In the NBA, the Lakers are kind of like how the Cowboys is. They got that. They almost like a America's team type of feel to them. So when you even go to the game, like every time I've been to the game when we play the Lakers, it's more Lakers jerseys in the damn stands than us.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's with a lot of the bigger teams. Yeah, because it's like Orlando is a melting pot.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
New York,
LA, New York.
Yeah, New York for sure.
Everybody coming here to move, so they already come here already with their being fans of other teams.
Yeah.
But I hate losing to the Miami. That shit bothers me because like in state, so many people I know they talk shit.
Now you know what I respect Miami's. I respect Pat Riley, the culture he built there.
Yeah.
So like I got a lot of homeboys. My line brother, he's a big Miami Heat fan. A lot of my homeboys, a lot of him Miami Heat fans. But like you see what he just did for Eric Spoelstra, right? Well, he waited till divorce was finalized to get him his new contract. So his ex-wife can't get none of that. Shit like that, that's like a real, like, that shows some real character. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is what you're going through. We're gonna give you your raise, we're gonna give you your contract, but once we're gonna let you get in the clear first and then we'll give it to you. I don't think everybody will do that. I don't think a lot of these owners will give a damn. They don't care about you on your personal life like that. I think Pat Riley has created that type of environment for that team, so I respect it from that standpoint. So, of course, on the court, I want to beat them every time. Yeah. But I think because I have such a respect, look what we did with Udonis Haslem. Goddamn Haslem sat on the bench, ain't played a goddamn minute for about 8 seasons straight.
I respect the organization. I just hate losing to them. A lot of people I know, they
I think I could deal with them, though. I could deal with them.
2 more questions. Why you think we lost that 2009 championship? Why you think we didn't win?
Because we played Jameer Nelson.
I swear, bro. I swear we played Jameer Nelson. And Skip Malou got us there all the way. This nigga was hurt.
He was doing his part, but you know that year before Jameer got hurt, and it was an all-star.
Yeah.
So I already knew if he battled back to try to play, that they was gonna have to play him. It was almost like I owe you, because you at the beginning of the year, you played at an all-star level, you got injured, you came out, whatever. We going through the playoffs, we got a replacement that ended up being a great replacement, but they always say, like, you know, you don't lose your spot to injury, but. Yeah, that's the reason why, bro. Like, once that you throw off when you first come back as the finals, like, that mean you got to get up to speed.
Dumb, dog.
In a regular season, if you're injured for an extended period of time, you come back, you on minutes restriction. You got to kind of ease your way back in. How the hell we gonna throw you back in the finals and think that? And you playing against goddamn Kobe.
Yeah, they throwing back in.
Come on,
man.
Okay,
so we on the same page. That shit eat me up to. And I hated Jameer. I hated him, but he said I seen an interview. He said he got the permission from the front office.
Yeah.
He got the permission from everybody on the team, and everybody was good with it. So they let him rock out. And okay, so last one. I see you be training though.
Yeah.
So as a man, I gotta ask you, dog. What's your max bench press?
So
give me some motivation to see if I got to get back in. Cause I ain't been to the gym like 4 months, though.
Yeah, I stay in that motherfucker. That's why I ain't right. Well, before I even get in all that, like with the gym, bro, that's where I get my best work off. And I tell people that, like, that's I would encourage everybody to find something, a hobby, something to be able to clear your mind as an adult, especially as a man. We do so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm a husband, I'm a father. You know, I'm a business owner, and when you're a business owner like I am, you're dealing with everything. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm a basketball coach for my daughter, and my son so I'm in basketball all through the evenings, all throughout the week and stuff. So I gotta have, like, my time is always spread to other people. Right. So when I go in that gym, I work out by myself. Them 2 hours, 3 hours I'm in there is all for me, and I usually can clear my mind about whatever I'm thinking about, and I get creative while I'm in there too. Some of my ideas, some of my themes and stuff I come up with is when I'm inside the gym. Yeah. But bench wise, like I said, I work out by myself, so I don't really press the issue. My last time I maxed out was 315. I think I can honestly now. I'm confident I can push 335 or possibly 345. But but I don't have nobody with me, so I don't even, you know. And I'm the type in the gym. I'm not about to go tap nobody and be like, hey, bro, spot me. Mm-hmm. No, fuck that. I need to get it up off me. Yeah. Like, I'm by myself. If I put it on here, let me do it myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's like me. Like, I go to the gym. I ain't been in the last 4 months. I fell off. Yeah. But my max was like 275. So you got me beat. So then I got motivation to get back in there. But I got a whole bench. I got all that shit in my garage.
Right, you know what's crazy? I got a little setup in my garage. It ain't really like I ain't do much, but I gotta go in there. I gotta be in that atmosphere to really, gym, like, because if I'm at the house, I can do a quick 20, 30-minute workout. But
you get bored. I get in that gym. Motivation.
Man, you in that gym, you see an old school in there working out. Now old school he's 60 and he over there getting it in. Let me get my ass over there and do that too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's how I am. I got to be in that atmosphere.
That's my motivation. I got to get them 6th place this year, man.
Yeah, you'll get to it.
Yeah. For sure, man. But man, appreciate you for coming, dog.
I really appreciate you for having me, bro.
This was dope. Let everybody know what you got going on and where they can reach you.
Hey, man, every Friday you can catch me at Lava, 9:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. Every Sunday you can catch me at McConaughey Coming to America brunch, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Be on the lookout. My birthday weekend coming up. Got a gang of activities coming. Sunset Day party on the way. New R&B event on the way. Matter of fact, May 4th, put that on your calendar. I'm trying to pop off my biggest. Like when you ask me about my biggest event, the one I'm trying to do May 4th might be my biggest ever. Not might, it's gonna be my biggest ever. We're gonna go ahead and claim it. We're gonna put it in the atmosphere. Yeah. Follow me, Blue Cheese Events, all one word, Instagram, K_TEEZY89 on Instagram, TikTok at Life of a Promoter. Life of a Promoter. All right. But yeah, tap in.
Man, that's it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Likes, subscribe, share, man. And it's up.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.